This week on The Real Housewives of Orange County.
I'm done. This is unbelievable.
I don't want you to be done.
I'm done.
Okay.
I'm done.
Yo, what is up, everybody, and welcome back. Today we're going to be talking about the new episode of The Real Housewives of the Orange County. I was forgetting the name. Season 18, episode 13. Let's get right into it. This was a very good episode. Okay, so the episode begins with a continuation of the dinner at Katie's house. Tamra just got into it with Ryan. She says that the FBI is coming after him, and then she walks away, calling him a piece of S, and yelling about this FBI and there being some illegal gambling. And apparently Tamra's source is some random guy off TikTok. Also, the weirdest thing happened. So she leaves, and then when Eddie is saying goodbye to them so he can, leave as well, he ends up hugging Ryan. The same Ryan who he didn't want to say hi to when he walked in. That's weird, but he does. And then, he hugs Jen as well, and Jen tells him, "Please help me with that," referring to Tamra. And Eddie says, "I will." So Eddie and Tamra are gone, but the conversation continues. Katie tells Jen that Tamra just told her about the FBI to ask Ryan, and Ryan says, "Gosh, that's interesting. Well, one of my close friends is going through something. Maybe that's what she's referring to." Then the lawyer and Emily came out, and she was asking Ryan some tough questions. She asks, "Do you host people in Vegas? Does your friend host big timers in Vegas? Does he use illegal money? Why the FBI?" So Ryan says no to all those accusations. He says that Matt is a professional gambler and has a booking business, but he can't really talk about it too much because, at the end of the day, that's his business. I like Ryan. I do feel like he's maybe probably involved with some shady people and might have maybe done something, maybe because his answer was very suspicious, not gonna lie. And according to the ladies, he goes to Vegas way too often. So we'll see what happens. The next day, Heather, Shannon, and Katie meet up at a store. It was an outdoor furniture store. It also happened to be Shannon's birthday, her 60th birthday to be exact. And I liked how Heather was singing happy birthday and all that. Shannon says that her show with Vicki went great. They're selling out. And this is the first time Shannon is seeing the ladies since she left the Sonoma trip. So it's her first time addressing the lawsuit with them. And how Alexis and John did their little PR stunt. It's not about the money, it's about trashing her, she thinks. It's also super interesting how John, who used to say that he was so concerned about being in the public, has been doing all these People magazine and red carpets. It's all BS. Katie then tells them about what happened the night before at her house with Jen, Ryan, Eddie, and Tamra. How Tamra called Ryan a little bitch and just how everything got out of control after that. Shannon is also throwing a tea party for her birthday. Tamra said she wasn't going. Heather, she's quick to ask Katie about the Tamra and Jen thing. Whose side are you on? But she doesn't really answer. Katie also tells Heather that Emily yet again brought up the dress situation at her house, and Heather says that she does want to have a conversation with her to just clear this up once and for all. But y'all know Heather Dubrow. The fact that Emily has continued to talk about it is making her a little upset. So then Emily goes to Gina's casita. Gina has been remodeling it, and she had a stripper pole in her kid's room. I'm not sure why that's there. So Emily brings up what happened at the dinner with the husbands, but Gina already knew because Tamra stopped by her house earlier that day to tell her. Emily and Gina agree that Tamra acts crazy, especially when she's drunk. Right now, Gina is concerned with Heather because apparently Heather is mad at her, at both Emily and Gina because of the whole situation. Emily is mad that Heather didn't have the decency to give her the attention to have a conversation. I'm kind of over this feud, but I do feel bad when I felt bad when Emily talked about some of the hate comments that she gets online about her appearance. Then we see the next scene. It's Emily going to a suit store, and I loved this scene because she took an ex honoree, Emily works for the Innocence Project. Again, she's a lawyer, and I really applaud her because I'm going to law school. And what I admire the most about the law is that its intent is for it to be a tool of justice. It's unfortunate that some people are wrongly convicted and misjudged, and that's why the Innocent Project comes into play, because they try some of these cases again to get these innocent people out. So the fact that people like Emily can use the law to fix sad cases is just amazing. The particular guy that she brought here to get the suit, he paid for something that his half brother did, but I'm glad that he's out, and again, I'm glad that she is doing this. Then Katie and her family go to a Korean barbecue restaurant. Katie is Korean. Unfortunately, her adopted parents didn't teach her the culture, much less the language. But what is amazing is that Katie's daughter has made an actual effort to learn her culture and try and learn the language. And I think that is so commendable. I think the worst thing that can happen is for us to forget our culture and our roots. The food looked so good. They cook it in front of you. Also, they will be taking a trip to Korea soon, and Katie is planning on meeting her birth mother. So that's going to be very important. The next day, everyone gets ready for Shannon's party. Emily had a great gift for Shannon. So y'all remember when Emily went to go do her sexy photo shoot? Shannon accompanied her, and Shannon happened to take a few shots just for fun. And Emily got one of those pictures and framed it. So that's gonna be her gift. I thought that was cool. The birthday theme is tea party, and they did it at a restaurant. It's very like gardeny, flowers and plants. So as everybody is arriving, Heather gets there, and right away she says to Emily, "Can I talk to you?" And Emily says, no." She was being a little petty. It was like, "You didn't want to talk to me when I asked you, so why should I talk when you want to?" Heather says, "Well, I just want to talk to you." So she ends up convincing her. So they go to the side, and Emily explains the entire situation to Heather again. How having the same dress as Alexis, yet different sizes, made her feel some type of way, as well as getting an oversized jacket, as well as being told to bring jeans and was the only one wearing jeans. So even though Heather didn't do it on purpose, it made her feel like she was too big to fit into anything that the designer had. Emily says that it made her feel like it was being overlooked or overseen, that she had lost 40 pounds. It made her feel like she had made no progress. And that actually kind of made sense. I understood that. Heather was able to put her pompous ego aside and say, "I get that. I understand that. And I'm sorry about that. I mean, I hear you." And Heather says, "We are friends. So if anything again ever happens that bothers you, let me know right away." So the fact that Emily felt like her feelings were heard and understood by Heather was all that she wanted, and this made her feel much better. Also, Tamra ended up coming. When she got there, she also tried to say to Jen, "Jen, I'm sorry about the other night." Kind of just like brush it off. But Jen wasn't feeling her at all. She says, "We ain't having this conversation right now. It's for another day." So then when they're all there, Shannon comes out. She gives them each a gift. And when they open it, it's a mini like phone booth, like the ones that they have in England, because they're all going to England for their cast trip. And Shannon actually was wearing an England flag dress that under her other dress, and she reveals it. But wait, they're sitting enjoying the party. Then some flowers come for Shannon, and Shannon's like, "Oh, who are these from?" They were from Alexis Bellino. The nerve of this woman! It had a card saying that this was an olive branch and that she wished her good wishes and all this stuff. So the card was nice, but Shannon feels like there's been too much damage that has been done already. I mean, her attacking her, the lawsuit, the press, the money, it's a lot. She needs to create healthy boundaries for herself. Shannon also tells them that she wants to text Alexis and say, "Hello, Alexis, I'm hosting a trip to England with my friends, and I want to let you know that you were not invited." Then, to kind of just end it on a good note, they all go around the table to say what their favorite memories of Shannon are, and so they're going to London. So then the last scene of the episode is another day, and Jen and Katie actually decided to go to Alexis' house to for them to be the ones to break the news to her that she's not invited to the party, but, try to do it much calmer, friendlier tone. So when they got there, Alexis was in a great mood, and she's asking how did Shannon react to the flowers, and the girls say that she did not appreciate them. And Alexis is like, oh my gosh, I've tried. Then she tries to say that Shannon shouldn't be acting this way. Like, why is she not accepting her olive branch? So then they tell her, you should probably check your phone. So she goes upstairs to get her phone, and she had gotten the text that Shannon sent, which said, you're not invited to the trip, and I don't accept your olive branch. Alexis then asks, why is she so hung up on this? And I was just like, really, Alexis? I mean, can we use our brains for a second? She then says, I'm done being around this group. I'm done. She starts to cry. She walks off. And she actually kicks Jen and Katie out her house. Poor Katie and Jen were out there. They were just like, oh, like, well, we've never been kicked out of a place before. We were just trying to tell her the news. So I don't know if this means that Alexis is not going to be on the show anymore, but that's what it looked like. She said, I'm done with this group. And she kicked everyone out. And then, you guys, they gave John a little confessional. Don't ever do that again, Bravo TV. But they just put him there to say that he did, in fact, loan Shannon money. It wasn't a gift and all this stuff. I can't deal with him and Alexis. But that was crazy, you guys. What's y'all opinion? Do y'all agree with Shannon? Should Alexis stop trying to send olive branches? Or do you think Shannon should maybe be receptive of it? Let me know in the comments your thoughts. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll catch y'all next time. Y'all have a great one.